Hello and welcome back to Shelf Center. This is Bryce, and I wanted to do a TBR, MBR, that might be read as opposed to a to be read for the month of November. I am participating in the Once Upon a Readathon sponsored by Hannah Blackwell, and with I don't know, about 15 or 20 or like 30, something like that, hosts. Lots of great people. I'm all in. I'm trying to do my part for my team here. So I figured I would shoot a quick MBR video that fitting into the different categories. So essentially what we're looking at, and you can look at Hannah's video, which I'll link to below, that kind of announces and explains everything in pretty good detail. But essentially, we're doing a readathon that's involving fairy tales, and we're trying to get there by steps to the end goal of the fairy tale, right? The first step, we've got to research the apple tree. That's where we're headed, right? Then we got to find the map to the apple tree, then gather our companions, then go on a quest to find the apple tree, and then finally actually climb the apple tree. And so each one of these, and again, this is just so well done. There's different parts to each of these that you just read books to get to the next step. And anyway, she'll explain it, but I'm going to kind of define here what books I am planning on reading or hoping to read, and then what kind of they're fitting under. And again, it's a might be read. There might be something else that catches my fancy or that fits a little better or something. Because if you can't read one book that covers multiple steps, but you can read one book that covers multiple categories in the one step, as far as I understand it. And so that's where I'm like, if I find one that fits them all, then I'm moving on. I'm getting to the next step. Anyway, all right, first step, researching the apple tree. I thought, what better way to start a readathon, and probably my only larger book for the readathon, because I'm sticking to kind of smaller books from here on out. But Stephen King's fairy tale, right? It's a fairy tale readathon. It is a chunker a little bit, so it's going to be a struggle. Luckily with this readathon, you'll see lots of things fit, not just fairy tales, but again, it was kind of, the mood was right. I was planning on reading this very soon anyway. Good timing. So anyway, already making my way through. It's really good. So I'm hoping that it stays good because I hear mixed reviews on it. Anyway, this Stephen King's fairy tale fits a retelling of fairy tales. And as far as I can tell, features royalty. I think it's hard. Some of these are hard because you kind of have to start reading them to find out if they fit one or more categories. And I'm a lawyer. I can stretch things, right? I use my words for a living and argue things. So I think I can make things work. All right, finding the map to the apple tree. Well, I thought, what better way, since I'm trying to make up time here, I think, at this point, right, at the next step, I'll be making up time, but there are maps in Attack on Titan. Manga counts, as far as I understand, and so these have, these count. Probably just will do one, but anyway, regardless, I've already read the first, so we'll have to do the second one, but they do have maps. They show you all the inner workings of the cities and whatnot. But also, there's recently acquired books that will fit this one, and so I did just recently acquire The Last Conversation by Paul Tremblay. He's the author of The Cabin at the End of the Wood, or the Universe, or something like that. The one that Knock at the Cabin is getting adapted from the new M. Night Shyamalan movie. But it not only a recent acquiring of mine, but also has certain colors in it. Red, orange, yellow, or brown. It actually has a couple of the colors, which actually then meets the hard mode of this one. So I'm just trying to hit a bunch of things. All right, for gathering companions, that's number 3. This is kind of a hope that this has one in it. I have Ilmet in Lankmar by Fritz Lieber. It's a new to me author. What's funny is I own a ton of books by Fritz Lieber, but I have not read any of them, so still new to me, technically. Does it have romance? Does it have found family or just family? I don't know, it might. I feel like it has found family at least, because I think that's Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser, are kind of found family kind of thing. I don't know. I haven't read it. Another new book, new acquisition, or I guess new author to me is Priest of Bones The Great Boiled Jellyfish has recommended this many a time, and so I figured, hey, it's a new acquisition and it's not super long, so I can maybe fit it in. We will see. Quest for the Apple Tree. I thought this one, so a couple things that hit for this one are it has to involve magic, historical setting, and it's over 300 pages. It at least meets 3 of them. I think I can maybe stretch it to historical setting. I feel like there might be at least some parts of it that I feel like involved like the witch or something, or at least the 4 horsemen or something. I could be wrong. It's been a while. This would be a reread for me. But I was just like, hey, I've been meaning to reread that one for a while. I love Good Omens, and why not for a readathon here? Especially when it hits just like a ton of things. The only thing I don't hit is the hard mode, I think, which is a book over 450 pages, which I might try to fit in. We'll see. Sadly, Fairy Tale just fit way better by Stephen King at an earlier prompt. All right, then finally, Climbing the Apple Tree. Had a couple just I've been going back and forth on. This just has to be a conflict, so it almost includes any book ever. And then a poll pick. So maybe that's why I kind of put a couple books here, and then I can run a poll, and then it can be one of these. And then an unlikable or morally gray character, which I think fits this. But anyway, All Systems Red, Martha Wells, and then also I threw out Gates of Fire. And Gates of Fire, which does have kind of some morally grayness going on, but it's about the 300 Spartans and whatnot. Anyway, I had a lot of fun coming up with just books that fit these categories. I still will probably be working on it, so I may update this, or at least when I follow up and go, hey, I missed everything and I didn't read anything I told you I would, I can at least say, here's why, here's what fit better. But there's only so much time too, so you got to kind of start and go with it. Apparently there's going to be some other challenges too during the month, so I'm excited for those. But this has been really fun just to think through what I can read to try to fit these categories. What a cool opportunity. Thanks again to Hannah. And I look forward to joining. If anyone wants to join Team Huntsman, it's the best team, clearly. So get on board. You can join the Discord. I will throw that link hopefully in the description. If not, it will be in Hannah's video. And so definitely join in if you are able and if you want to. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Well, I will catch you later, hopefully on the Discord, and we will see you later. Bye.